Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode. As you may or may not be able to tell, we are not in fact in Henley on Thames. We're with the guys at Edinburgh University Boat Club here in Pangbourne at Pangbourne College Boat Club, a beautiful place in the country, just a few locks down from Henley on Thames to train for the Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers coming up this weekend. But you may be asking a question. A couple of episodes ago I mentioned that it's really good practice to get on the Henley stretch and practice on the water that you'll probably be racing in come race time. Well, prior to Marlow Regatta, I did have a good amount of time practicing on that water, but now, coming up very quickly, the Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers and the Henley Royal Regatta, more and more boats are appearing from different countries, from different areas of the UK, and the water is becoming very, very busy indeed. So not only does that mean that the water is becoming bouncier and bouncier, so becoming more and more difficult to row on over the conditions that you would probably race in, but also it means that, for example, when you're going around the island and going into the start, there can be queues or lines you have to wait in to actually get down the course. So taking a step away from Henley and coming here to have a little bit more of a relaxed environment, but also to practice with the guys at Edinburgh University Boat Club and train against some of them. So over the past few days we've been training here on this water right here in the name yet to be determined over there, and we also had an opportunity to race against a high school crew that's also training here, Brooks High School. So we managed to do some pieces against some of the fours, which was absolutely fantastic. So what we'll do now is I'll show you the footage that's been gathered over the past couple of days, a little bit of a montage of the little bit of a training camp here at Pangbourne College Boat Club. Absolutely fantastic area. I recommend coming down here if you want to have a little bit of a training camp or even just want to see this part of the country. But now, montage time, and then I'll have a little bit of a chat about the Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers coming up very soon. Oh yeah! Filmed on GoPro, everyone smiles and hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of a montage of the training we've been doing over the last couple of days here in Pangbourne, an absolutely fantastic place to row. My favourite probably pieces over the last few days was with the fours in the name yet to be determined, and it really gave me the opportunity to, it meant that against the fours I had to really push very hard to make sure I'm not getting completely dropped. But obviously they are faster boats, so it means that I have to sort of overpace the workout. So hopefully that kind of thing will help me come Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers, because that's what's coming up in the next couple of days. We are heading to the Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers. So we're going to put the name yet to be determined back on the trailer and or on the roof of the ambulance to get it to Henley on Thames so that we can go on the water there and then do the time trial. So it is in a time trial format, so it's 1 by 1 in the Diamond Challenge Sculls category, so in the single scull, and there are 2 qualification spots for 26 people. There are 14 people pre-qualified. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them, so that means that out of the 26 people that are not qualified, there are 2 spots available to then go on to compete at Henley Royal Regatta. And it's a really interesting thing that happens every year when you're not qualified. Last year I pretty much knew everyone who was not qualified, so I knew how fast I had to go. This year, since the regatta is pretty much fully open, there are so many people around I've never heard of or don't know the club's name, so I don't know the standard of the people. So out of the 26 people that are in the non-qualified space, I think I know maybe half of the names and of the standard of the people. The other half, I've never seen them row or don't know where they're from. I just know where they're from in the world, so I don't know the standard. So all I have to do for the Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers is go out there and go as fast as I can, because that's all I can really do. The competition is going to do what they're going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and then we're going to compare times and see how we get on and see if we make it for one of those 2 spots for qualifying for the Diamond Skulls for Henley Royal Regatta. So that will be it for today's episode, Jam Squad. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Here in Pangbourne, an absolutely fantastic place to row, especially getting a little bit of quiet away from the regatta as things pick up there. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you do get notified when the Henley Royal Regatta Qualifiers video does drop, and it'll probably tell you how I get on. And I'll see you in that episode. Hiya!